And I showed up, and it was like a foam top, but it was a hard bottom. And I was like, okay, let's do this. And it hurt so bad, just slamming, but I wanted to nail it.
Sometimes the horror doesn't stop, even when the cameras stop rolling. Tell me, is there an actor's performance that you just can't stomach anymore, knowing what that actor went through? Share your takes in the comments below.
Number 10. The entire cast. The Blair Witch Project.
One of you has got to have the map.
No, I don't have the map. We gave it back to you after map check yesterday. You've always had the map.
Method acting is usually a decision made by the actor, but in the case of the Blair Witch Project, the entire cast was forced into it. For 8 days of filming, the actors were cold and hungry, camping in the woods of Maryland, and working 24/7. At night, directors Eduardo Sanchez and Daniel Myrick would shake their tents and play eerie recordings of children and babies. The most traumatic thing the actors experienced was that the public actually thought they were dead, as part of a genius marketing ploy. People thought it was a real documentary, and Heather Donahue's mother even received condolence cards.
So they just
give it that little extra push.
Right.
You know?
They did not tell you what they were going to do.
No, we always knew they were going to do something. We just never knew exactly what that thing was going to be.
Number 9. The entire cast, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Leatherface is the chainsaw-wielding serial killer in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the mask he wears is the stuff of nightmares. The look of the mask was kept a secret from the actors, so the first time they came face-to-face with Leatherface was when the cameras were rolling. It added a real level of terror because it made actor Gunnar Hansen unpredictable to his co-stars. They were actually afraid of the gentle giant. The cast agrees that the worst scene to film was the dreaded dinner scene that took 26 hours to film and was psychologically taxing.
And I was tied at my feet. And then they had taken this disgusting gag they found somewhere on the set. Someone said, "Oh, she needs a gag. Someone get something."
Number 8. Janet Leigh, Psycho. Just watching Psycho will scare you away from showers for at least a week. But for Janet Leigh, the horror was very real. For one thing, the scene took 7 days to shoot, and 7 days of showering might set anyone on edge. The real terror only set in when Leigh watched the movie. After seeing herself get repeatedly stabbed on the big screen, Leigh was understandably terrified of showers. For the rest of her life, she only felt comfortable taking baths. And if a tub wasn't available, she would lock up the house and never take her eyes off the bathroom door.
The shower sequence took up 1/3 of my shooting time, actually. I mean, I think I worked 3 weeks on the movie, and the shower sequence took 7 days. 7 shooting days.
Number 7. Kyle Richards, Halloween.
I'm scared.
There's nothing to be scared of.
Are you sure?
Most teenagers want to be independent, especially from their parents. But after Halloween, it was the last thing Kyle Richards wanted. She was only 10 when she starred in the slasher film, but it wasn't until she watched the movie that the terror set in. Seeing herself being stalked by Michael Myers freaked her out. For the next 5 years, she couldn't sleep alone and slept with her mom until she was 15. Luckily, she outgrew her paranoia, but she's making her own kids wait to watch the movie, just to be safe.
I was shocked that we'd only filmed that many days. I thought we were like filming forever on that movie because it felt like it at the time.
Number 6. Alex Wolff, Hereditary.
You okay, Mom?
Disturbed, overwhelmed, and horrified. These are a few emotions you may experience while watching Hereditary. The star of the movie, Alex Wolff, has experienced those emotions and so much more. Wolff claims that being in the movie has given him PTSD, a mental disorder brought on by intense psychological or physical trauma. He's experienced flashbacks and even memory loss, which is a big deal. Wolff also dislocated his jaw while filming the classroom scene when he slams his head onto what he thought would be a foam desk. Well, no one can say Wolff wasn't 100% committed to his role.
And then I showed up, and it was like a foam top, but it was a hard bottom. And I was like, okay, let's do this. And it hurt so bad, just slamming, but I wanted to nail it.
Number 5. Linda Blair, The Exorcist.
Do something, Doctor, please help her. Oh, please, Mother! We'll make it stop!
Being part of the legendary horror film The Exorcist may have launched Linda Blair's career, but it came at a cost. Blair was just a teenager when the film was released, and too young to answer the spiritual questions the film provoked. Yet the press hounded her on questions about faith and the devil. Besides this psychological aspect, Blair suffered the most physically. To achieve those demonic movements, they attached Blair to a mechanism, but during filming the straps loosened, causing spinal injury. The screams of pain you hear in that scene are very real and chilling. To this day, Blair still experiences chronic pain and suffers from scoliosis.
When you're in that much pain and you are screaming and yelling, they thought I was one heck of an actress.
Number 4. Tippy Hedren, The Birds.
When you have an obsession over someone, it is a terrible thing to be the object of that obsession.
Ornithophobia is an irrational fear of birds, but for Tippy Hedren, we'd say it's completely justified. For an entire day, she was pecked, scratched, and flapped at. The attacks didn't stop until Hedren had a complete collapse, and she had to be carried off the set. The birds were supposed to be mechanical, but when she walked into the attic, there were boxes full of, quote, ravens, gulls, and pigeons. And it wasn't just the birds that were attacking Hedren, but Alfred Hitchcock himself. She claims that he put her in a, quote, mental prison as a result of his obsession with her, and that the use of live birds was a malicious choice.
He told me he'd ruin my career. I said, do what you have to do.
Number 3. Jo Beth Williams, Poltergeist. Part of the premise of Poltergeist is that the house is built on a cemetery which awakens a very angry ghost.
They're here.
Clearly, Steven Spielberg didn't take this message into consideration when he used real human skeletons in the scene where Jo Beth Williams is swimming with them. Some say that this invoked the Poltergeist curse, which explains the mysterious deaths of cast members over the years. Williams didn't even know they were real until after spending quality time with them, and she was understandably horrified when she found out. Apparently, it's cheaper to get real human remains than fake ones. Do with that information what you will. We will just continue to be thoroughly creeped out.
I was in mud and gook all day, every day, for like 4 or 5 days, with skeletons all around me.
Number 2. Veronica Cartwright, Alien.
What?
One of the most iconic scenes from this 1979 classic is the dreaded chestburster scene, where a freaky alien spawn launches out of a man's chest, with all the gore that goes with it. To make sure the actors had genuine reactions, director Ridley Scott kept the details a secret. Some of the cast had seen the alien, but didn't know about the volcano of blood that would be following it. The actors had a variety of reactions. Even Sigourney Weaver found it freaky, and Veronica Cartwright ended up with her feet in the air. Many say she fainted, but she insists that she tripped when a jet of blood hit her face.
I say that we abandon the ship. We get the shuttle and just get the hell out of here. We take our chances and just hope that somebody picks us up.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Came back, everybody was sitting down. We did the read-through of the film, and by the end of it, I never wanted to talk to him again. I was petrified.
Phyllis?
Did you get away?
Number 1. Shelley Duvall, The Shining.
Why?
I'm very confused.
In The Shining, Shelley Duvall's character Wendy is in a constant state of hysteria as she's hunted by her crazed husband. Maintaining that level of emotion is no easy task, and pushed Shelley Duvall to her absolute limits. She cried so much that she was constantly dehydrated, and they had to keep water all around the set to help keep her river of tears flowing. After a day of filming, Duvall would be completely exhausted, and the stress led to her hair falling out. Director Stanley Kubrick has been accused of bullying Duvall in order to get her into a vulnerable emotional state. which definitely added to her stress and poor health.
I was really in and out of ill health because the stress of the role.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.